Hello, my name is Daniel. I'm a ISA certified arborist. I am also qualified in tree risk assessment. Today I'm going to be going over some footage I recorded when I was trimming a Washingtonia filifera. This footage is from my GoPro. I'm going to be going over the footage to teach you guys how to trim palm trees. This palm tree wasn't too tall. You saw a video in the beginning. I showed a clip in the beginning of the video. But it is a bit messy and sometimes they're a bit troublesome. You see, previously whoever trimmed them, they didn't trim the fronds all the way back, so sometimes it could be a hassle. For this palm tree on this job site, I was a contract climber, so we didn't have a bucket truck or like a longer ladder that I could just reach the top. So I wanted to use this to show you guys how to ascend up these messy palm trees. Okay, now so as you can see in the video, the trick to these is, since the fronds weren't cut back, they have a lot of stubs, which doesn't really let you flip your lanyard up. So when they're like this, or the fronds are about to fall off or they're very slippery where you can't really spike over them, you gotta use a technique that we use, where you use your climbing line, you throw it up, and then you use your climbing line to ascend, as you can see here. And then once you ascend with your climbing line, that allows you to loosen up your lanyard and then flip it up. As you see, I take mines off of mines because I was using a short lanyard in this video. I was using like an 8-foot one. Usually you would want to have a longer one, so you wouldn't have to be taking it off. And then you see, now that I'm on my lanyard, I can step up a little bit more and then throw my my climbing line more up, and it's just taking turns ascending with the climbing line, and then getting on our lanyard and then throwing your climbing line more up, and then it's just a slow process. The only other way to really ascend up these palm trees that are messy is if you use a throwing line and with your with a slingshot or a bazooka, and you SRT on the way up. Like, this was a small palm tree, it was about 20 feet, so it would have been worth the time of me taking on my slingshot and setting up my... The last important factor is that this palm tree hadn't been trimmed in about 2 years. If it was a messy palm tree that hadn't been trimmed in about 4 or 5 or more years, then I would have had no other choice than to SRT up. But since this palm tree hadn't been trimmed in about 2 years, it was no hassle for me to go underneath, and there's not much danger. Okay, so for this next part in the video, I was talking to the camera, but the audio didn't come out right, so I'm just quickly showing how the fronds, after a certain height, they just pretty much slip off. I was just able to pull off with my hand, which is the main reason why many people they get stuck or die in these palm trees, because they trim from down up, and if it hasn't been trimmed in many years, then they trim the bottom ones. The bottom ones are holding up the top ones, and then all the top fronds just pretty much slide down and then just fall down and crush you. There you go.
sure you go around the back and make sure you shave the back as well, because if not, then you leave a lot of stubs. Okay. There you go.
Okay, so now I'm using my friction saver. I'm getting ready to descend, but as you see how I'm tied, when I got really close to the top live fronds, again I use my climbing line to tie myself onto the center fronds, and I'm always tied in with 2 lines when I'm cutting. You never want to cut your climbing line. You always want to be with your lanyard. Again, these palm trees are very wide in girth, so it's very easy to say that you just stand up there and cut, but when you're up there, they're very wide in girth. You don't reach all the top horizontal fronds that you need to trim. That's why it's very useful if you use your climbing line. You get closer up there, and it's a lot easier to reach the fronds.